Welcome back everyone. So in today's video I will be showing you how to install TablePlus SQL client tool on macOS environment. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so like I mentioned in today's video, I will be showing you how to install TablePlus on macOS environment. Alright, so what is TablePlus? So TablePlus is a modern and native tool for database management. So basically it is a friendly GUI or a graphical user interface tool that you can use to connect to your relational databases and basically manage and query your database. So if you have used some other SQL client tools like MySQL Workbench or a dbeaver or a Data Studio or a SQL Server management tool, this is kind of a similar graphical user interface. So you basically use it to manage and query your database. All right, so this is how it looks like, and so in this video I will be walking you through the steps of installing it on Mac OS environment. All right, so to install TablePlus, just go to your browser and type TablePlus, and right here you will see this website here for TablePlus. And all you have to do is basically click this and it will bring you to this section here where now you can go ahead and install. All right, so for me I'm on Mac, so it's going to by default recognize Mac. If you are using other operating systems, you can check those ones and just select, so you can install it in Windows, Linux, Mac OS, or just any iOS application. Okay, so for me I'm just going to go right here then and just hit download this for Mac, and this is going to download the DMG file here, and from here we can open this DMG or just directly install it from right here. So okay, so if you just click that, it's going to bring up this window here, and so to install you can do two things. What I usually like doing is moving this first into my applications, and then I'll just go ahead and begin the installation. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I will move it to applications, and the reason I'm doing this is because later when say I shut down my computer, I want to come back and open TablePlus from my launchpad. Okay, so I just like moving it to applications before installing it. Okay, and then from there we'll just go ahead then and begin the installation for this. So I'm just going to double click this to begin the installation, and then you'll see here this warning saying this app is downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? So I'm just going to say sure, just open it, and there we go. So once you do that, your TablePlus is now installed. All right, so one thing I will do here is I'm just going to close this windows now, and I will go to my launchpad, and as you can see, because we moved it into applications, you can see that launchpad TablePlus is now showing up here. If you don't see it here, so you can also look for it. If you type TablePlus, you will see it showing up right here. So I'm just going then and go ahead and open it, and one other thing that you will see here, you will see TablePlus disk here. I'm just going to eject these ones because we no longer need them, right? So I'm just going to eject this into from the disk. Okay, so now this is the client tool that you can use to now connect, right? So that you can use to connect to your databases. So one thing that you'll notice here is you do have two options here, to purchase or to activate. Now with TablePlus, the version that we currently have is the free version. So the free version does not give you all the features that you need to run in your environment. So if you have a large database, or if you're working with a team, or if this is an organization and you want to use it, then you may want to go ahead and purchase the license and then basically activate it. That will give you more features that you can use in your environment. But again, in this case, I'm using the free version, which should work fine. Okay, this is free trial. I think, I don't think this is going to expire, so I don't see any expiry date here. So basically I think you can just use this free trial for as long as you want, but if you want to scale this up, then you may want to purchase the the license for this. And if we just go to the licensing, you'll see this is actually the prices. Okay, so the basic one is $99, and then the standard one is $129, and the custom one is $59. And you will see the features that come with this. All right, so these are the features for this. This is what you get with the standard one, and this is what you get with custom. Okay, so if you want to purchase, just go ahead and purchase the license, and you'll just come back then and enter that information right here. Okay, but in this case we are going to be using the free trial, so no need for entering any license or purchasing anything here. Okay, so now that we have it right here, how do we go ahead and do this? So for me, I have a MySQL Server database that is running locally on my machine. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect to that database, and we will see if we can query the tables in that database. So to do that, I'm just going to go right here where it says create connection. And as you can see here, in the options for the databases that you can connect to, we do have a number of databases here. So you can actually connect to a number of them. So for my case, it's MySQL, but if you do have any other database like Postgre, you can even connect to Redshift, Microsoft SQL Server, or SQLite, DuckDB, all of this, even Oracle, right? So you can just select any of this if you want. Again, for my case, I'm going to connect to MySQL Server, so I'm just going to select this. And then right here now, you just need to enter the information for your SQL Server. So for the name, I will just name this one MySQL DP. And then by default, the IP address is 127.0.0.1. That's your local host. That's fine. And then the port number is 3306. I will just leave those ones. The only thing I need to enter here is the username. So for my SQL Server, the username I'm using is root, and then I will just enter the password for this. Okay. And then by default, it's going to store it in keychain, and I want to connect to all the databases, so I don't want to select any specific database, but if that is what you want, then you can enter the name for your database here. And then I will leave the rest of these ones as default. So now to go ahead and test, we'll just hit the test to test our connection. And looks like it's green, so we don't see any error right here. So I'm just going then to save this, and now our connection here is saved. So I will right click this and basically go ahead and hit connect. Okay, so once you do that, you will now see your connection to your database right here. And this is the UI. I don't see anything in the UI. So what we want to do is select any database from our database, or our MySQL database right here. So I'm just going to click right here, this icon here for database. And here you will see a list of databases that you have available for you in your SQL database. And for this, I'm just going to open this one for e-commerce DB. You can choose any database if you just want. And so you will see the list of tables that you have in your database. If you don't have any table, you will not see anything here. And that is an example of here. This test DB does not have any table. So if I was to open that, you will see that the list here is empty. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to this one here. And okay, so the workspaces, I do have limitations for this, so let's open this. Workspaces, I think I do need to close some things here. Where are the workspaces that I have here? Okay, I think, oh yeah, so I do have workspace here, so I'm just, yeah, so I'm going to close this here, right? And so it looks like your workspaces will be listed here. So if you connect to another one, then you can, for example, this second one here, if I open it, then you can switch between your workspaces. And the free version only gives you 2 workspaces. So that is the limitation with the free trial. Now, once you upgrade it, then you probably will have more workspaces here to connect to various databases. Okay. So from here now, you can go ahead and browse your data. So if we look at this list here, if you just click into the table, one of these, you will see that you get the data here. So you get the data here, and you can also just open the structure for this, and it's going to give you the column names, what are the data types, and the rest of the other information. As you notice down here, you will see the queries are showing up. Every time you click into each one of them, the respective queries are also shown down here. Okay, so you can see this is a structure, and if you go down here, you will see that you also do have the same tabs here, so you can just switch between the structure and the data. So if you want to see the data, you can just go here, gives you the structure, and this gives you the data. You will also see here, if you want to add rows into this table, you can click here and you can add data into this table. Okay, and if you want to run your queries using the SQL editor, so you can go up here, you see the SQL this SQL button here, just click this, and this is going to open a new editor for you, and from here you can now run your queries and basically query your table. So let's see if we can query this customer table, for example. Once you write your query, all you have to do is just hit here where it says run. Once you run that, this is going to show your data here. Okay, so you can see now we do have your records showing up right here. You can do the same thing with orders. For example, just go to orders and replace this. Okay, orders, and just run this. Hold on, we do need orders here. Okay, and just run your query. It's going to retrieve your data, and basically you can just run your queries here. For example, let's say where order ID and equals 1 in this case. You just do that, and it's going to filter your data as you just would in any traditional SQL editor tool. Okay, so basically that's how you run your queries. There are a number of other things that you can do. If you want to export data, for example, as a dump file, then you can come right here. You do have to select the tables, so just come to your table, select the tables that you want to export. In this case, let's say we want to export customer, so you can press command down and then just select orders, payments, products, maybe all of them, and then just go to file here and do export, and you can choose which option you want to do this. If you want to export a CSV, JSON, or SQL, you can choose it right here and what to include. Okay, so I'm just going to include drop table, and maybe we can compress the file as gzip, and let's do SQL, right? And then all you have to do is just do export, and you can choose which location to export to. So I'm going to export this into my SQL folder, and just go ahead and hit export. This is going to export your tables, and you can see here it says successfully. We can close this, and now if we go back to our folder, we can see that we have our zip file here with our data. Okay, and you can just come here and open this. All right, so you definitely will need to unzip this, and you will be able to open your data. Okay, all right, so you can see this, and now we can open this. I think, let's say, I don't know if the edit will do. There we go. All right, so now you can see your dump file right here. Basically the scripts, it contains the scripts and the insert information as well, so you can import this into a different database, and you basically have what you need. Okay, what other thing here? So we do have tools here, connection plugins, and a number of other things. You can even restore or back up your database. So yeah, if you are a DBA, you can basically manage your database from here. Again, the free version comes with limitations. So if you work in a large team and you actually want to run your enterprise data using this tool, then you do need to have the license. But if you're starting, if you're a beginner and you just want to have something basic to play with, then the free version should be enough for you. Alright guys, so this is how TablePlus looks like, and this is what I wanted to show in this video. Again, this works with Windows or even Linux, so the process should be very similar if you are installing it on another operating system. But this is in Mac, and this is how you install it. Alright guys, this is all I had for you in this video. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel if you have not. Alright, I will see you then in the next video. Bye bye.